Okay, hi guys. I hope you were excited for today's video because it has been highly requested. Basically, in my underrated versus overrated podcast, I talked about filet crochet. I was like, oh, I don't know if you guys would want to see that. I don't know why I asked, because obviously all the comments were like, yeah, we would like to see that. And now I feel like I have to do it. And it's not because I don't like filet crochet. I feel like if you know me, you know I love using a really tiny hook and making more of a textile. But I just feel like all the cool, everyone's making the same top. And I don't know if you guys want to see me make the exact same top. So I did actually start it already, low-key. I'm using this rainbow lace yarn from Hobby. I got this dark green because I wanted to make it not black, but still darker so that you could see the contrast on my skin. I was thinking about butter yellow, but then I realized that the butter yellow top was on a black woman. And I was like, I don't think it would look nearly as good on me. And so I started the top. It's the Blooming Lace Top, I think is what it's called, by Crochet by Belladonna. A bunch of people have been following this pattern. Originally, because I've never done filet crochet before, I was like, I should just follow it. Exactly, right? But I just really, she's literally made this exact top in this exact yarn. And I'm like, why would you guys care about watching me do that? As I started it, I was like, oh, filet crochet is actually not that hard. You're just following a grid. So I took a look and I actually found some flower grid patterns I like a little bit more. I like more of a lily hibiscus type flower than a rose. So I think I'm still gonna follow the pattern for the shape, but use a different grid. I'll insert a photo of it, which means I have to actually undo a little bit. I also don't want to talk about how long this took me. I feel like the appeal of crochet for a lot of people is that it's a very flow state activity, and this is not flow state because you're staring at all the little tiny squares. So this will probably also be a less social video because this is not really something I could work on while I'm talking to people. I kind of have to be locked in. It's one of those rare instances where I'm actually really excited about the result of the top, not just the process of making it. So yeah, it'll be fun. It's finally proper summer weather in New York, maybe a little bit too summer. It's supposed to be 97 degrees later this week. And I'm like, that's doing a little too much, but I'm going to go to the park near my place. My friend Lucia is staying with me and I guess undo a little bit of this and then start on the new grid. I'm a little bit worried that the grid is too long. I might try and freehand some adjustments to make it shorter. That already sounds like a bad idea, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Maybe, hopefully. Lucia's OOTD.
Shoes from Solomon. The dress is from Urban Outfitters 8 years ago. Bag is for people. The scrunchie.
Scrunchie by amazingishgrace. She took a bunch of my scrunchies and she's actually gonna wear them. My OOTD dress is from Urban. Let's go. What are you gonna get? That is a big girl. Whoa. Wait, those look really good too. And those. Yay! Thank you. You should learn.
I want to, but
because I feel like your style is so many
crochet.
You would actually make stuff you would wear, you know? So I don't know why you're using your left hand. Are you a lefty?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of hard.
Delicious.
Wanna try? It actually tastes like caramel. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting.
I got a cat.
Oh, that's what I normally get. Oh, vanilla cat. Alrighty, y'all, let me show you where we're at. This is gonna take forever. Feel like I should have been mentally prepared for that, but it's really hitting me now. I guess I can try this on for you. This is the kind of clavicle portion, and you can see I just Looks a little big actually. But I just did some foundation stitches to attach here to create the armhole, and then I obviously will do the same thing on the other side. I'm realizing that my gauge is really tight. I did not do the gauge swatch because I've never done a gauge swatch. I probably will never do a gauge swatch. I have a pretty loose gauge, and because this is like filet crochet, I just assumed I would want to do a tighter gauge. But now I think mine is much tighter than hers, which is fine because I mean most of the pattern is made to measure. But I was just looking at like how many rows it took her to cover this portion, and I was like, it took me quite a few more. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that I'm using a different grid just because mine is more like detailed. The pattern uses just kind of like 2 bigger, rounder roses, whereas my flower is like, so I'm not sure how well it's gonna translate. Like I supposedly have already made most of one flower. Can I hold it up to like, what's a plain colored thing I can hold this up to? Okay, I'll hold it up to, like, can you see a flower? Are you seeing a flower? Like I truthfully am not, but well, we're too far in. So I'm just gonna trust the process and keep going. I'm also like randomly making changes to the grid as we go because one part will like be too far to the right or left, and I'm like, let me just cut that off. So really taking some creative liberties here. I'm dumb. I know a lot of people like print out the grid to keep track of where they are, and I was like, I don't have a printer, so I'll just keep zooming in on this. It's very pixelated, zooming in on this very pixelated grid. And then I remember there's like a markup tool in the iPhone Photos app. So now I'm like using the highlighter to track like what I've done, and it makes it so much easier. And you would think that I would have thought to do that so much earlier, but that has been helping me fuck up a little bit less. Like I definitely had to undo and redo a few times because I like didn't follow the grid correctly. Like I said, I'm not good at projects that aren't flow state. Okay. I also did not realize like this is how much of the yarn I still have left. Like what? Oh, no, I'm dumb. I ordered enough for the top and the skirt in case I wanted to make the skirt. I don't think I want to make the skirt, but yeah, this explains why I have so many spools of this. I honestly don't even think it's going to take that many to make the top. I think the original pattern is like a lace up back. I'm gonna look at the construction. I'm thinking about doing a different back, like maybe doing buttons. Like I feel like the lace up back just sometimes makes a garment look more handmade and unfinished. So I feel like if I could do like a row of tiny buttons, that would be so slay. That also means that I need to purchase buttons. So yeah, I need to look into that. But I'm about to head out and meet up with my friend at a little like cafe pop-up jewelry market thing. Jewelry market. Very dangerous territory for me. And then later tonight I have Jada's birthday. Jada, otherwise known as Mrs. Moon Heaven, fellow fiber arts creator. Yeah, I'm feeling, I don't know how optimistic I'm feeling about this, but trust the process. Hopefully it'll be fine.
Ooh, it's so pretty. This is alright.
What kind of cookies are these?
Those are the matcha ones, and then we have hojicha and brown butter.
Oh my sweet lord. Should I go for something like this? Or something like that? I think I want like a smaller jade necklace. I only have like really big ones. Okay. Do you want some cookie?
No. He doesn't want to be in your vlog.
He has no choice. Do you see the flower?
I saw, yeah, it's like you see it. Petal.
Yes.
Okay, I feel better. This has a lot more meat than I remember. Like, that's a big boy. That's a big boy, yeah. Another big boy. Oh my god! That's so cute!
Oh my god, it smells like Seb.
Really?
Like,
Wait, it's so cute. The bag is really cute, by the way.
right?
Wait, no, because the squares, because no.
So I just got this top.
And the top is making Grace crash out. Birthday queen!
Hey, what is this?
My camera? You haven't seen this camera?
No.
It's the Canon V10.
Another 6 months.
Yeah, twice.
All right, y'all, we need to address the elephant in the room, which is the fact that I restarted the whole top. Also, very interesting. I mean, I knew this was going to happen, seeing how this season of Love Island USA is popping off because last season popped off. If you don't know, I've watched Love Island UK and Australia for like years and years. And so it's just very interesting, like, being in a country where the phenomenon is happening versus being like a US viewer of UK. A lot of interesting discourse, but I'm an OG fan of Love Island, in case you can't tell from the fact that I have the freaking Love Island water bottle. Yeah, let's talk about the top. A few things happened here. We were shopping around, right? Like my friends and I, and we happened across this little vintage pop-up, and my friend Noel tried on this filet crochet tank, which is really cute. He ended up getting it. But looking at that made me realize that the fact that I'm crocheting too tight is actually an issue, because you're looking for the contrast between the empty squares and the full squares, right? So if your squares are too small, that contrast is kind of hard to see. In my defense, the reason I started crocheting tighter was because if you crochet too loose, the full squares don't really look full, right? Because like the stitches are too loose. Anyway, I realized I was like, I probably need to start over. Like, I do think I went too tight, and that's why I can't really see the flower. But also, it's because I really started like reconsidering what silhouette top I wanted. The high neck top is like so beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I just know I wouldn't really reach for it. And I started seeing filet crochet tops that are more of like, it's not like a cheap house style, it's not, but it's more like a tube top. And then like it has this like upper portion. There's like a cutout here. I'll try and insert some photos. I want to try and make a top like that instead, which is why I now just have this like rectangle, because I'm basically going to work the like armpit down portion first and then work on this like clavicle part. It's actually not like a rectangle precisely, because you can see this has like a weird shape on the side. It's because I don't really, like I mentioned before, I don't really want to lace up my top. I want to use buttons. So I tried to add some extra width here, like where the boobs, well, I don't have boobs, but I assume I'm going to wear a strapless bra, so where my fake boobs will be. And I don't know, I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do for the closure, but I'm just trying to like approximately match the shape of my body with the width of the rectangle. Maybe if I hold it up to this wall, you can see, right? Like I feel like you can see that flower way better now. You have probably noticed this, like I'm vlogging what I'm doing out and about, but I'm not really crocheting because this is something I really only can work on at home, because I like need my phone propped up and like highlighting little squares, and I have to be locked in or I start screwing up. I don't even do this while I'm watching Love Island anymore, because Love Island is not a background television show for me, okay? I'm like, you gotta see every little interaction. So yeah, I'll probably work on this more tonight, but right now I'm about to head out because I need to go vote in the New York City mayoral election for the mayor. It's also like 99 degrees outside, so I might just die in line for the polls, but it's fine. Worth it. Oh my gosh, this bag that I randomly got on the street yesterday, like look at it. It has cheetah print or leopard print, I don't know the difference, lining, and it's like so big, it holds so much. I just feel like it's so me. They had some other cute bags, but it's really hard to find like silver metallic bags that don't look cheap. I did pay $75 for it, which is kind of a lot, but I feel like it's worth it. And like, I honestly think I'm gonna wear it today. It goes with what I'm wearing now. This top, I feel like I'm gonna get asked about. I thrifted it when I was in Lisbon. Oh, and the lip combo today, I'm testing out these Huda Beauty lip contour stains that everyone's been raving about. They're supposed to last like forever. So I'm wearing cinnamon, which is a lot more red than I expected. And then I topped it off with their faux filler jelly oil in Juicy Pink Lady. And I just feel like it's such a pretty combo. Oh, and you guys will always comment like, Grace, you forgot to link stuff. I always have a Shop My link in my description that has all the links of like everything that I wore, all the makeup products I mentioned. Well, sometimes I do forget, so comment if you don't see it, but like make sure you click to that link if you're looking for any of the products I mentioned, because that's also where like a lot of my commission links live. All right, I really need to head out. I'm really scared about this heat. Oh, and after I vote, I'm gonna meet up with Emily. There's this like jewelry sample sale thing we saw on TikTok that I want to try going to, and then we'll probably like go to a cafe or something. I don't know, we just need to be like indoors because it's too freaking hot outside. These are kind of cute. Wait, how did you mix that so successfully? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let's go.
ASMR. Family friendly channel. There's a lot of it. Look at what you're doing right now.
Hey guys. I like it Picasso.
It's like that Great Gatsby. Transition.
All right. Not gonna lie, y'all, it's actually been a few days. Some things happened to me. Insert really terrifying photo of what I look like after I cry. So I've been in bed for 3 days straight, and I have finally emerged today, and we're gonna finish this top. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a tube top that still has a tag attached. Basically, I have realized like you really do kind of need, or not you need, but like the pattern is much clearer if you have like a white background to it versus just, you know, your skin. So in my mind, I was like, oh, instead of like sewing in a lining, which I don't really want to do, maybe I can just like wear it over a little tube top. The thing is, I think this tube top is a little bit too like glaringly printer paper white, but you can tell it does make like the design a lot more apparent, but I don't like how white it is. So I ordered a more cream one that I think is getting here tomorrow, which is why I've left the tag. The other thing though about me like wearing a top under instead of doing the lining is that just, okay, I pretend this is the back of the top, right? But I was gonna have it button in a way where like it buttoned like really, really tight like this so that there were like little gaps. But if I have the top underneath, the gap is gonna be weird. Like I feel like this only works if you're sewing the lining like only into the fillet parts. So that's why you can see I'm adding like a lot of stitches on the back to kind of extend the width to just do like a normal button situation where like it actually meets. So I've only added the length on one side. I just started on this other side, but I basically have to add enough so that these like will touch. And I do want the top to like stretch and be bodycon fit wise, but I also don't want it to stretch so much that the flower is like warped, you know, because I feel like if you do too much, like you can tell that the flower is like a little bit too stretched this way. Also the sun keeps like moving. I think it's like there's a cloud or something. But for the buttons, so I ordered like a bunch of different ones. Sorry, I feel like the way I'm talking, you guys can just tell I'm not like giving the same energy as usual. I want the buttons to be like on the smaller end so that I can just fit them between two stitches. instead of having to make like separate buttonholes. So these ones I tested, they do fit between 2 stitches and they're just like really, really simple. And then I got this box of buttons. It's kind of hard to show you. They come in like different sizes and these are kind of like more embellished, I guess. This is a bigger one. It has like, you know, embellishments around the pearl. I'm basically gonna like finish adding the width on this and then decide what buttons I want to use. I did get the more embellished ones because I'm gonna end up having a button up here and I want that one to be like more fancy schmancy. So once I finish that and I kind of have this like tube top portion done, all we have to do is add this part, which is going to be like this, and like button here. And I do want to try, I mean, I don't even have the top done, but I do want to try and release a pattern for this because I haven't really seen a pattern for something in that silhouette. It's going to have to be like a made to measure situation. It's going to be kind of hard for me to size grade it, but I'm just going to like freehand this part and then I'm going to have to like kind of do the same thing in the back. I want the back to also have like a sort of semicircle, wow, shaped cutout. This part I'm definitely like, I saved it to do when I'm at home because I know it's gonna be one of those like try it on, undo it, try it on, undo it kind of situations. But we're almost there and I feel like I haven't commented on the fact that you can like see a whole flower now. Like that's cool. But I'm gonna spend tonight just trying to finish this top up. Also, I feel like y'all know I usually do like a liner and lip gloss combo and I don't wear lipsticks because I have like the most crust prone lips. Like my lips are just always crusty. But I'm wearing this NARS Sensual Shine lipstick in the shade Turned On. It's like a more red, kind of like bright shade than I go for, but it really is like a moisturizing, like shiny kind of formula. So it's like the first time I've worn lipstick in so long, and I kind of like rocking like brighter colors in the summer. The sun is behind a cloud right now, so we're not really giving summer, but it has been really warm. So like this, and sorry, I don't know why I'm going on a tangent here. I've been using, this is the NARS Afterglow Liquid Blush in Brazen. It's my first time using like a coral blush. Like look how like literally coral that is. And I used to think this wouldn't suit me because I definitely gravitate towards like a more kind of like brick red blush, but I just feel like it's so like summery and sun-kissed. So yeah, I've been using different shades for my makeup. Also, sorry, this is the last thing I'm gonna mention. I got my brows microbladed. You obviously can't really tell right now because I'm wearing makeup, but I have naturally like super arched brows. Like I actually have strong eyebrows. They're just, I hate the shape of them. So I pluck off like most of it and then I draw in like a straight brow from scratch. So it used to be like if I sweat, like one of my eyebrow tails would just disappear. And so I got them microbladed and I just basically got them like in the shape that I normally draw them in. I was like on the fence. I was like thinking about doing this for so many years, but I was like, what if I don't like them? And I was really worried about it like going to someone who didn't specialize in like Asians. But I found this girl, her place is called Future Self Studios. Her name's Nicole. I'll link it down below. I think I have a code that I'll include as well. Highly recommend if you're in New York, especially if you're Asian, because she picks like the really like cool toned ashy like dark brown that actually like matches our hair color, and she's really good at fading it and making it look natural, because I feel like a lot of the microblade examples I see are on like white girls, and I'm like, I just know that like my brows do not look like that. So yeah, all I did today was like fill in a little bit with like a brow pen, but this is basically the brows that I wake up with now, and it's a freaking life changer. Okay, now that I've given you a tour of my face for no reason, let's finish this top. I really want to try and get it done by tomorrow.
We used to have each other's playlists. No, used to be each other's best friends. Yeah, and now we go our separate pathways. But your heart could try it next week again, but I don't wanna think we're toxic. But who cares? You said that we're over, hands under covers alone this time. But everything I see still reminds me of you. Bag of all your things, the memories of when I kissed you.
All right, y'all. We are in tube top. This is actually not tube top number 2, tube top number 3, because I got like a less white kind of creamish tube top, but then that one was too long. So then this is the last one I ordered. I'll link it down below in case you also want to get a tube top instead of adding lining to your top. But why do I kind of like the cut of this top? Like low-key might get it in some other colors and actually just style it and wear it. It's cute. But here's how, wait. Oh, here. Wait, oh yes, what the heck? Here is how our top is looking. You can see that's like kind of the shape of the front. And then in the back, it kind of like mirrors the shape of the front, except like at the top, it ties together instead of a button. And then we have this row of little pearl buttons, no buttonholes. I basically just like jammed them in between the stitches. And I will try to show you what the putting on process is. Basically that's the front, and then the buttons, I have found I actually am able to secure them without looking like in the back. I mean, obviously it's like helpful to have a mirror to make sure that I'm spacing out the buttons evenly. Like the one thing I will say about not having buttonholes is then you like don't exactly know where to button it, and sometimes the buttons are not looking too equidistant. Okay, not gonna lie, it's not the easiest top to put on, but look how freaking cute it is. You can see you have the buttons going down the back, and then this part ties together. I don't really like how that part looks. I would much prefer it has a button like this, but I'm just a little bit skeptical that I'll be able to like reach around and get this button into the buttonhole. Like this one is not very easy to squeeze through. I basically don't unbutton this one at all. But that being said, I used to think that I wouldn't be able to do up the small buttons on the back as I was doing them in the front. So I'm gonna play around with it and maybe I'll replace that with a button just because I feel like the bow is looking very raggedy. I also didn't trim the ends of the I-cord, so that's definitely not helping. I just love how it fits though. And to be fair, I did pick a silhouette that I think is more flattering on me. Like I don't love halters because my shoulders are really wide and I'm like kind of insecure about the blob of fat that's right here. So I love something that's like a little bit of a wider cut on the shoulders that shows like my clavicle, and it like snatches around the waist so well. I know I was saying earlier that like I didn't want to have the gaps between these buttons if I was gonna wear the tube top under. I thought it would really bother me, but honestly, like looking at it now, it's not a huge deal, and you can wear it with no top underneath. I have tried it with just nothing and then wearing like those like silicone sticky boob things, and honestly like you can't really see it, and there is still a decent amount of contrast, at least on my skin. Like you could definitely still see the grid, but I think it's impractical to release a pattern for something that see-through. I feel like a lot of people are not comfortable with that. Speaking of the pattern, I really do want to release one, and I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of requests. I think just this part, like it's gonna be made to measure, not size graded, but figuring out how to make this made to measure is kind of messing with my head, because like getting this angle right is a little bit tricky. By the time this video comes out, if I am gonna come out with a pattern, I'll have like a pattern tester call in the description. So if you want to test a pattern, you can click down below and apply for that. I also ordered this thread in a few other colors because I'm on the fence. I really want a white one, but then I'm like, would you not be able to see the pattern? But maybe when I'm more tan and I wear it with like nothing underneath, you would still be able to see the white. Actually, I'm gonna take the tube top off really quickly just so you can see what I'm talking about. So I just put on these things. I actually don't know where I got these because Emily gave them to me, but they're just like little sticky boob things, and these happen to match my skin tone pretty well. But yeah, this works as well. You can definitely still see the grid, but obviously a little bit less so. So maybe I could do a white one. I think I also got like a kind of like Bordeaux wine color, which would be really pretty. And then I think I maybe got like a yellow. They didn't have the exact butter yellow that I wanted. Like yellow wouldn't contrast enough with the tube top or my skin. Because once again, I'm not black. But I am really excited to hopefully release a pattern for this. And I was thinking about, like, remember how I said I bought all that extra grain yarn to potentially do the matching top for that original pattern? I was thinking about it, like, should I also write a pattern for like a long skirt that has a motif that matches this? But the thing about like long, they're so beautiful, right? Like the full set would be so impactful, don't get me wrong, but I don't wear shit like that. And I made a lot of stuff like that, case in point. And it's just like, what's the occasion? Because for truly dressy stuff, y'all know I don't really wear my own crochet. I will table that for later. What I am thinking about doing is making a pair of matching micro shorts. Right now I'm just wearing it with these jorts. I've been obsessed with these jorts, by the way. I'll link them down below. I have some other jorts that I like, but these ones are like a good low-rise fit. I sized up one size from my usual size, and it's like a really soft denim. I feel like a lot of jorts are very like thick and structured, which does like look good and gives it shape, but these are so comfy. I'll literally wear them around the house like pajama shorts, and they're like really perfect for warm weather because they're like not super like a thick material. But oh, I was saying I want to make like a pair of matching micro shorts. I'm thinking about using, I have a crochet shorts pattern. I've also been thinking about redoing that pattern. I've gotten some feedback in my reviews. I said that it's made to measure, but I think people expect to be able to use measurements to make it. And some of the steps are like try it on until it fits, which makes it like not very usable of a pattern if you're making a gift for someone else. So I understand the criticism. I've been thinking about trying to rewrite the pattern so you can just like plug in the measurements and go from there versus having it just be like a try-on situation. Stay tuned for maybe like a re-release of that. But imagine those micro shorts, and it has like a ribbed little waistband, but I was thinking about doing like a fold over one. So basically just taking that ribbing and making it longer and having it fold over. If y'all remember, I crocheted this little pleated skirt for Jasmine for her birthday last year. I used my friend's pattern, so cute, and that had like a fold over waistband. I feel like the little skirt doesn't suit my body type as much, but I still wanted to do the fold over detail on some shorts. I've also seen some really cute knit shorts. Obviously this thread is really thin, but I think if I double it up, because I used the Friends Colonnade 4 for that pattern, and I think if I double up this thread, it might be like a similar thickness. Maybe I'll do a video eventually that's like making matching sets for things I've made. Does that make any sense? Because I don't know when I would get around to that, but I do want to do that. Priority first is writing up this pattern. And I'm really glad that I ended up doing something, whoa. Why did my hands just make a weird sound? Is it because they're like really clammy? I'm glad I ended up doing something original instead of just using another creator's pattern, because I do think like this is something that I'd be much more likely to reach for and actually wear. Yeah, and I guess that's everything for this video. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye guys.
You left the kitchen light on.